7 equipment-free exercises that will completely transform your body in just 21 days. The bigger the fitness industry gets, the more they insist that to evolve your body, you need to train at the best gym with the best equipment, have an expensive personal trainer, and also use all 150 supplements that are invented every day. They claim you'll lose performance if you don't use them, and obviously this drives many people away from simply doing the basics that work. The truth is that you don't need expensive equipment or miracle supplements. Good exercises, good nutrition, and consistency are what really matter. Setting aside the craziness of fitness culture, it's entirely possible to change your body by training only at home without equipment. Today you'll see 7 equipment-free exercises that will provide you with a complete workout. Before we begin, tell me in the comments your name and how long you've been training. Exercise number 1, Farmer's Walk. The Farmer's Walk is one of the most underestimated exercises and, at the same time, one of the most complete that you can perform without specific equipment. This movement originates from daily tasks performed by rural workers who needed to transport heavy loads over long distances. What makes this exercise particularly valuable is its ability to work practically the entire body. When you perform the Farmer's Walk, you simultaneously activate the muscles of the legs, core, shoulders, trapezius, and even the forearms. An impressive additional benefit is the cardiovascular impact. Unlike isolated exercises, the Farmer's Walk quickly elevates your heart rate, creating a cardiorespiratory training effect similar to a brisk walk or light jog, but with the bonus of intense muscular work. The beauty of this exercise lies in its ability to be easily adapted. If you're a beginner, you can start with lighter weights or even without any weight, focusing on posture and technique. As you evolve, you can progressively increase the load or distance traveled. To execute it correctly, you'll need to improvise the weights. And here is one of the great advantages of this exercise. You can use buckets with water or sand, filled plastic bottles, backpacks with books, or any other object that can be firmly secured with your hands. The secret is to find objects of similar weight for both sides. Position yourself standing, with a neutral spine and shoulders back. Hold the chosen weights at your side, one in each hand, with arms extended. Keep your core contracted and begin walking with firm and controlled steps. Each step should be purposeful, maintaining level shoulders and an upright posture. A common error I see many people make is letting the shoulders drop forward or the spine bend laterally. This not only reduces the effectiveness of the exercise, but can lead to injuries. Another frequent error is using very different weights between sides, creating imbalances. Exercise number 2, Mountain Climber. The mountain climber is a dynamic exercise that has won over both elite athletes and people who train at home due to its simplicity and effectiveness. Its origin dates back to military training and mountaineers who needed to simulate climbing movements for physical preparation. What many people don't know is that this exercise provides one of the most complete core workouts you can do without equipment. The core is not just the six-pack that many seek. It's a complex set of muscles that includes the abdominals, obliques, transverse abdominis, and even deep muscles of the spine. The importance of a strong core goes far beyond aesthetics. As we age, core strength becomes crucial for maintaining proper posture, preventing lower back pain, and ensuring stability in all daily movements. Studies show that core weakness is directly related to postural problems and chronic pain that affect millions of people after age 40. When you include mountain climbers in your routine, you also get an incredible cardiovascular benefit. The rapid and continuous movement significantly elevates your heart rate, placing this exercise in the category of high-intensity movements, perfect for those looking to burn calories and improve conditioning. To execute it correctly, start in a plank position, with hands on the floor at shoulder width, arms extended, and body forming a straight line from head to heels. Your body should be rigid like a board, with the core contracted. Bring one knee toward your chest, returning it then to the starting position, and immediately alternate with the other leg in a continuous movement, as if you were running in a horizontal position. Remember that speed should be controlled. An error I see many people make is sacrificing form for speed, letting the hips rise or the spine curve. Another common error is not bringing the knee far enough forward, reducing the range of motion and, consequently, the benefits of the movement. For beginners, I recommend starting with 3 sets of 30 seconds, resting 45 seconds between them. As your endurance improves, increase to 4 sets of 45 seconds, and eventually to 3 to 4 sets of 60 seconds with 30 seconds of rest. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Having constant access to science-based information is what will make you progress with health in the long term in the world of bodybuilding. Exercise number 3, Bulgarian split squat. The Bulgarian split squat, also known as the elevated split squat, is an exercise that has revolutionized how we train legs at home. This movement gained popularity for its effectiveness and the possibility of performing intense work without the need for additional weights. We chose the Bulgarian split squat instead of the classic squat because it works unilaterally, meaning one leg at a time. This characteristic is fundamental for correcting imbalances in strength and size between the legs, something that can be aesthetically unviable, as well as dangerous as we age. Research shows that imbalances between the lower limbs significantly increase the risk of injuries, especially in the knees and hips. Additionally, you get a more well-distributed workout. The Bulgarian split squat not only intensely activates the quadriceps, but also strongly recruits the glutes and hamstrings, creating a more harmonious and functional development of the legs as a whole. To execute it correctly, you'll need an elevated support such as a bench, sturdy chair, or even a step on a staircase. Position yourself with your back to the chosen support, at a distance of approximately one long step. Place the top of one of your feet on the support, with the knee bent. The front leg should have the foot fully supported on the floor. Keep the torso upright, core contracted, and lower yourself by flexing the front knee until the thigh is approximately parallel to the ground. The knee should not go beyond the tip of the foot, and the weight should be distributed on the heel of the front leg. Return to the starting position by pushing the heel against the floor and using the strength of the quadriceps and glute. A common error is letting the front knee collapse inward during the movement, which places undue stress on the joint. Another frequent error is excessively inclining the torso forward, which transfers the load from the leg muscles to the lower back region. For beginners, I recommend starting with 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions for each leg, resting 60 seconds between sets. As you evolve, you can increase to 3 to 4 sets of 12 to 15 repetitions per leg, reducing the interval to 45 seconds. Exercise number 4, triceps dip. The triceps dip is a classic exercise that continues to be one of the most effective for developing the back of the arms without the need for special equipment. This movement has been used for decades by athletes, military personnel, and fitness enthusiasts seeking strong and defined arms. The triceps make up approximately 70% of the arm's volume, although many people focus excessively on the biceps. Properly developing the triceps not only gives the arms a more complete and defined appearance, but also significantly improves strength in pushing movements, essential for many daily activities. One of the greatest advantages of the triceps dip is its ability to effectively isolate the 3 heads of the muscle: long, lateral, and medial, providing complete development. When performed correctly, this exercise creates constant tension in the muscle fibers, stimulating growth and strength in a way superior to many exercises with free weights. To execute it correctly, you'll need a stable support such as a bench, sturdy chair, or sofa. Sit on the edge of the support with your hands resting beside your hips, gripping the edge. The fingers should be pointing forward. Extend your legs in front of you, with heels supported on the floor and knees slightly flexed. Slide your hips off the support, keeping yourself sustained only by your hands. Slowly flex your elbows to lower your body toward the floor, keeping your elbows pointing backward, not to the sides. Lower until your elbows form an angle of approximately 90 degrees, then push yourself back to the starting position, contracting the triceps to fully extend the arms. A common error is allowing the shoulders to rise toward the ears during the movement, which can lead to tension in the neck and shoulders. Another frequent error is moving too quickly, losing the muscle tension necessary for optimal results. For beginners, I recommend starting with 3 sets of 8 to 10 repetitions, resting 60 seconds between sets. If the complete movement is initially too difficult, you can keep your feet closer to your body to reduce the load. As you evolve, you can progress to 3 to 4 sets of 12 to 15 repetitions, fully extending the legs to increase difficulty. Exercise number 5, decline push-ups. Decline push-ups represent an evolution of the traditional push-up exercise, offering a greater challenge and unique benefits for muscle development. We chose this movement because it manages to prioritize the upper chest, a region more difficult to develop in most people. The upper chest, or clavicular portion of the pectoralis major, is frequently underdeveloped compared to the lower portion. This occurs because most conventional exercises, including the traditional push-up, concentrate effort primarily on the lower and middle parts of the chest. Decline push-ups correct this imbalance by changing the angle of work. When you perform this exercise, in addition to the upper chest, you also intensely work the anterior deltoids, triceps, and serratus anterior, creating a muscle synergy that contributes to a well-developed thorax and strong shoulders. It's important to clarify that this is a more advanced exercise. If you can't execute it, because it's traditionally more difficult, don't worry, there's a logical progression to follow. Start with incline push-ups, using a wall or bench as support for your hands, which makes the movement easier. As you gain strength, move to traditional push-ups with hands and feet at the same level. Finally, when you're prepared, advance to decline push-ups. To execute them correctly, you'll need an elevated support for your feet, which can be a bench, chair, bed, or even a step on a staircase. Remember that the higher the support, the more difficult the exercise will be, so adjust according to your current level. Position yourself in a plank position, with hands supported on the floor at shoulder width and feet elevated on the chosen support. Your body should form a straight diagonal line, with the feet higher than the rest of the body. Keep the core contracted and elbows close to the body, not letting them open to the sides like wings. Bend your elbows to lower your body toward the floor, maintaining a neutral spine and aligned neck. Lower until your chest almost touches the ground, then push yourself back to the starting position, strongly contracting the chest, especially the upper part. A common error is excessively arching the back or letting the hips drop during the movement, which places undue stress on the lower back region. Another frequent error is not lowering enough, performing only part of the range of motion and limiting the results. For beginners to decline push-ups, I recommend starting with 3 sets of 6 to 8 repetitions, resting 90 seconds between sets. As your strength increases, progress to 3 to 4 sets of 10 to 12 repetitions, reducing the interval to 60 seconds. Exercise number 6, Isometric Glute Bridge. The isometric glute bridge is a fundamental exercise that often doesn't receive the attention it deserves, especially among men. It's important to clarify that men often neglect glute training, claiming it's a woman thing. This is a serious misconception that can compromise not only aesthetics, but mainly the health and functionality of the body as a whole. The glutes have critical importance in preventing back and leg pain. They are the main stabilizers of the hip, and, when weak, create a domino effect of muscular compensations that frequently result in lower back pain, knee problems, and even foot pain. Studies show that proper glute activation significantly reduces pressure in the lower back region during daily activities. Additionally, glute training provides greater fat burning, because the gluteus maximus is literally the largest muscle in the human body. This means that when working this muscle group, you significantly increase your caloric expenditure both during exercise and in the recovery period, accelerating metabolism and contributing to body composition. We chose the isometric bridge specifically to provide a different activation from the rest of the exercises on the list. While most movements we perform involve dynamic contractions, isometric contractions, where the muscle is tensed without change in length, offer unique benefits, including greater recruitment of muscle fibers and less joint stress. To execute it correctly, lie on your back on the floor with knees bent and feet supported on the ground at hip width. The arms should be extended at the side of the body, palms down. Strongly contract the glutes and elevate the hips until your body forms a straight line from shoulders to knees. The secret is in maintaining this position. Once in the elevated position, maintain maximum glute contraction for 30 to 60 seconds, breathing normally. The focus should be on constant tension, not just on keeping the hips elevated. A common error is excessively using the lower back and hamstrings to maintain the position, instead of focusing on the glutes. Another frequent error is letting the hips drop during the hold, losing the ideal body alignment. For beginners, I recommend starting with 3 sets of 30 seconds of hold, resting 45 seconds between sets. As you evolve, increase to 3 to 4 sets of 45 to 60 seconds, reducing the interval to 30 seconds. Exercise number 7, calf raises. Calf raises are frequently relegated to the end of workouts or completely forgotten, but this seemingly simple exercise hides surprising benefits for aesthetics, functionality, and even cardiovascular health. We chose to perform this exercise on a step to increase the range of motion, a critical factor for the complete development of the calves. When you use a step or elevated surface, it allows the heel to descend below the level of the toes, creating a pre-stretch of the muscle fibers before contraction. This expanded range can make all the difference in the results obtained. The importance of range and control of movement cannot be underestimated when talking about calves. This muscle group, composed mainly of the gastrocnemius and soleus, is notoriously resistant to growth due to its predominantly slow-twitch fiber nature and constant use in daily activities like walking and standing. Did you know that the calf is considered the heart of the legs? This is because it functions as a secondary pump, aiding venous return to the heart against the force of gravity. Strong and well-developed calves significantly improve blood circulation in the legs, reducing the risk of varicose veins and improving recovery after intense exercises. Additionally, the calves play a fundamental role in balance and stability. As we age, the strength and responsiveness of these muscles become even more important in preventing falls and maintaining general mobility. To correctly execute calf raises on a step, position yourself facing a wall or other stable support, with the front part of your feet supported on a step or elevated surface, allowing the heels to be free. Keep the legs extended but not locked, core contracted, and posture upright. Lower the heels as much as possible, feeling the stretch in the calves. Then, rise onto the tips of your toes as high as you can, strongly contracting the calves at the top of the movement. Maintain the contracted position for 1 to 2 seconds before lowering in a controlled manner. A common error is performing the movement quickly, without control, and without focusing on the contraction at the top. Another frequent error is not lowering enough, missing the benefit of the complete stretch. For beginners, I recommend starting with 3 sets of 15 to 20 repetitions, resting 45 seconds between sets. As you evolve, increase to 4 sets of 20 to 25 repetitions, or add a small weight to increase resistance. If you liked this and also want to discover another equipment-free exercise, widely practiced in Asian communities to heal years of neglect with one's own body, we've left a video appearing right now on the screen showing better the benefits of this movement so popular among Asians. Don't miss it. Thank you for watching until here, and God bless you, my friend.